The road heads east to Kew, a beautiful historic town that continues to sparkle years after the gold rush era of the late 1800s, when it was home to 10,000 people.
Kew is well known for having loads of history, and what the Shire has done to restore the town, especially in recent years, to share the story of its past is just amazing. Now, Kew is known as the Queen of the Murchison for the extensive amount of gold mining that's been happening over the years. When you do land in Kew, and I highly suggest you do, you can take that step back in time by following the town's heritage trail.
To make your stroll around Kew nice and easy to navigate, the Shire have designed an easy-to-use app which tells you everything you need to know about the 13 historic sites, and in only 2.7 k's, it's easy work. Starting at the Shire offices on Austin Street, you can follow the trail, retracing the origins and developments of Kew, highlighting the town's early gold mining years. The old jail, now located at the town caravan park, was built in 1896.
All right, guys, let me out. Guys? Guys? Guys?
The old railway building is now used as a youth centre. The Victorian-style rotunda is located on the site of an old well, and significant buildings on Austin Street demonstrate a gold mining landscape that has not changed much over the years.
Well, this is the most photographed building in Kew. Insta-famous, if you don't mind, and one of the few buildings in town not made from local stone. Now owned by the Shire, this quirky but quite spooky, if I'm being honest, establishment was built in the late 1800s and in the 1970s was used as a Masonic hall. Its claim to fame nowadays, it's the largest freestanding double-storey corrugated iron structure in the Southern Hemisphere. And as impressive as that is, I just find it spooky, so I'm going to leave.
The Kew Heritage Centre, at the back of the Visitor Information Centre, is an exhibition in itself and provides an intimate display from Kew's pre-settlement and mining era.
The township of Daydawn, located just outside of town, was home to the Great Fingal gold mine back in the 1900s and home to some 3,000 people. Not much to see of Daydawn these days, but this old beauty was located at the Daydawn Hotel way back. And the Nickelodeon, as it's known, was essentially an olden day jukebox and no doubt a great source of entertainment for the locals during the booming gold rush era.
If you're up for some exploring, you don't have to travel too far out of town to experience more of what the region has on show. Well, this is the site of Kew's old hospital, just outside of town and closed in 1942. It was made from natural stone, which you can see scattered all around me here, and opened in 1895. Not a great deal remains, of course, these couple of walls, and behind me, this old chimney, recently restored, was the hospital's incinerator. Time to explore more around Kew, hitting the road around 50 k's out of town to one of the must-see Murchison GeoRegion sites. Measuring 5 kilometres in diameter and 1.5 k's in length, Wolga Rock rises up from the rich red dirt of the outback and is the second largest monolith in Australia, behind Uluru. Also known as Wolgana Rock to the local Wurundjeri elders, at 50 hectares in size, this 2.5 billion-year-old granite rock, yes, I did say billion, provided shelter for Aboriginal people for thousands of years. This gallery of Indigenous artwork has to be seen to be believed. In fact, it's the largest gallery of Aboriginal rock paintings in Western Australia. And at 60 metres long, it really showcases why this place has long been a deeply spiritual and special location for local Indigenous people. And I'll tell you what, I have never seen anything like it. Amazingly, tucked away right at the end of the gallery is what appears to be a sailing vessel. Now, there's quite a few theories floating around as to its significance because we're 300 k's from the coast. One theory is that it was one of the Dutch ships that came to grief off the coast of Western Australia back in the 17th century. Just one of a few stories that are out there, but either way, it remains a mystery. But I'll tell you this is a place you simply have to visit. Make sure you make some time to explore further afield around Kew. The outback out here is just extraordinary.
Well, how cool is Kew? Well worth, I reckon, parking up the car or the van and spending a bit of time here. It really is a great little outback town, and as you can see, plenty to explore here. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a very short break as we travel to our final destination of our Murchison GeoRegion road trip.